Elite Gamer. Here's how our bracket is shaping out. So we kind of expected Tommy and Aiden to go on, but we got the Verdansk Vipers versus Circle, Potato Sacks versus Green Beams, and XSET will be facing the Minnesota Floppers.
Yeah, so we are jumping on in here to Green Beams in the quarterfinals, and looks like, yeah, that's Bama teammate Indy. Do you believe they're together? So this is other two, yeah, who have been felled here. If we get a flash of the scoreboard, we'll know exactly where they're at, but they do have a little bit of a trek ahead of them to get onto the circle.
So yeah, pretty fresh game, 0 kills. They got a bounty they can start off, which they already have. Just get that extra money, get some intel. Just maybe sometimes it gives you inspiration as to where to rotate to next. Especially if you're new to the game, sometimes you drop and then you're like, now what? Where do I go to next? So they did drop Boneyard. And where do you like to go to after Boneyard? It's kind of on the edge of the map.
Oh, after Bone? I mean, picking through Superstore is always good. There are people who still, game's been out for almost a year now, excuse me, who still don't know that there's really just pockets of great loot, simply great loot in various parts of Superstores. There's several different levels. You have these racks where there's stuff on top of as well, and gold stuff like that. That's where I was getting to. Thank you so much there, Bama. I was tying my point together perfectly. The two big things, right? The armor satchels and your gas masks. Those are aplenty there in Superstore, and again, it just blows my mind to this day how that happens. Now, moving out of Boneyard, you can also go south towards Hills. There's just not as much cover, especially if you're looking at a huge circle over towards Lumber side, Stadium side, or even down south towards Prison.
Well, not so lucky is Aaron, who I guess lost his gulag. This is one of the players from Potato Sacks, so Green Beams versus Potatoes. You guys let us know in chat what you prefer, but so far, Potato Sacks aren't very good right now.
Potatoes versus Green Beans?
Right.
Potatoes versus Green Beans? Come on. Come on.
Let's go check out Potatoes. There we go.
The versatility of Potatoes, even if you didn't like the taste, should win that argument 100 times out of 100.
So they're able to get at least some loadouts going, but Potato Sacks will have to just clutch up until they get enough money to redeploy Aaron it was. So I think XSEG is the teammate of Potato Sacks. So the edges are Potato Sacks, the inner players are Green Beams.
I'm sorry, you kind of cut out there for a second. Could you say that again?
Oh, Indy and Bama are from Green Beams, and then Aaron and XSEG are from Potato Sacks. So XSEG is close to getting enough money. He even found a helicopter. A bit of a risky move. It's kind of like, hello,
yeah.
I'm here. And there's an airstrike in the distance. So he's going to be driving away from that.
Yeah, just in the nick of time, too. But, yeah, I got to say that. We've seen, loads of different teams utilizing these helicopters without a whole lot of flak taken from it. Yes, we saw missiles get locked in and fired in, but everybody got out of it in time, and that's really been it so far. This is quads. One would anticipate a whole lot of attention come toward these really loud whirlybirds as soon as they come up, right?
Yeah, and XSEG currently has a bounty on him. He's able to redeploy his teammate Aaron. And then you have Bama from Green Beams who has to go through the gulag. So we'll see if we're able to check in depending on if we have Indy's feed or Bama's feed. But back in the helicopter we go for XSEG.
Yep, once again, yeah, logic be damned. Who knows? This is, yeah, so Indy and Bama did fall, still got a self-revive. So on paper, again, Indy going to be in a slightly better position here from XZ EGT. Just probably call him EGT.
Sure.
That might be easier. Yeah, there you go. Got the classic TTV tag on in there. I love to see it.
So pretty far from the safe circle, but still lots of time for them to rotate towards it. Looks like they are just driving in the direction of some pings that they saw. And maybe dropping around. And he's got a bounty on him, so just stay up into the air and hope that no one got their loadouts or no one's going to care about shooting you off in the distance. And even if he starts taking some fire, he can just drop out of the helicopter like that. As he goes to pick up his teammate, as 5-star Uber.
There you go. You better give him that 5-star now. Tip up and down, but you better be giving him that 5-star. He came through literal gunfire to come and pick you up.
Ooh, got Bama. He's in the gulag. And he's just playing so aggressive. Went to the left and caught the guy. Not looking. He will make it out.
Ooh, and aerating the body afterwards. Little shots to bot afterwards. We all know what that one means. Actually, that's kind of a not so great. Okay, excuse me. I thought this timer was a little bit lower. I was saying having a guy drop that far away from circle because I thought circle was coming in. That's really bad luck, we'll say. But they got plenty of time here, and oh my goodness, just King Midas's loot down here. Anything they want. And a red access card? Wait, if we get this map up for a second, possibly, that would be amazing to see here, to see if that bunker will be available to them, because if they don't pick that up and utilize that, I would be amazed.
Yeah, we saw even Millie in her game, they went for a bunker push, and they didn't really get, you know, crazy amounts of good stuff. You know, they got a UAV and an armor satchel, and
Yeah.
you know, a couple rare weapons, but nothing that I think they ended up using. So it could be, you know, taking quite a lot of time to go through bunker, and then you don't even know if it's worth the time investment. But if you just find cards, then sure, go for it.
I mean, it's still Circle 1. You got all the time in the world. You're the world at your feet here, right? Loads of time to operate with. And I guess I'm just as surprised about it. I'll get over it. I probably won't die from it. Superstore moving across here. They do have plenty of audio cues and information based on where people are popping off. UAV coming out now as they ride the very, very close to the wall here. You know, we talked about helicopter Ubers here earlier, but oh my goodness, how the action popping off.
Yeah, they're probably glad they jumped out of that vehicle, but where does that explosion come from? They got pings over in this green building. One's going to enter through the front. I think the other goes through the side, but we'll be pushing up. I think they got shotguns in hand. They had some, I think, some stuns come down the staircase, so he's just making sure that someone didn't drop off the roof and try and go for a flank. But taking different angles is really important here, because one C4 could just end you, and that's exactly why you rotate around. Finds one, gets some shots into the second, and disengaged right at the perfect moment that he didn't drop. He has time to armor back up. He only has one, though, as the other guy's still outside.
There it is, the explosive shots for the shotgun going off, and man, it's electrifying, it's awesome gameplay, but man, shotguns in Call of Duty. Fantastic stuff, the double piece here. Now he's only got a couple left. No, sorry, he shot at teammate because nameplate wasn't up. I thought that was the rest of the squad here.
I actually do that so much. I actually just unload on somebody. They're like, why are you shooting me? So thank God there's no friendly fire in this game, because I swear I would be Lemon Kiwi is costing team in this bracket.
that would be the team name, you know, not Bryn is costing, but LK is costing.
Yeah. Let me just call me out right there. But we're going to be switching on over to see what Exeg and Aaron are doing. This is Team Potato Sacks, which already 7 kills for this guy. We can't see what his teammate has, but I'm sure this is still a really close game. And at the end, unless you're down by like 10 kills, at any point you can come back from this as long as you outlive your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, as long as that middle number here, 59 for us right now, is higher than, or at least I guess 2 players higher, or 4 if you have your teammates higher than what your teammates have, there's still opportunity. There's still hopes and dreams that have not yet been shattered. Now looking at settings here. Okay, yeah, so he was going back and turning off the audio settings for to hear your teammates' vehicles and the noise that it makes, which makes a lot of sense because those are loud. I'm sure you know this.
Yeah. I can get quite annoying. I turn the music off in almost every game because I feel like it adds so much tension. I just like the silence. I like to meditate. Oh, we can see some kills. I think 9-7 is what the player just called out. So again, a very close game, 2 kills. And he's got the heartbeat sensor in case anyone were to be below them, but they are seeing some shots in the distance, so they might just hover and see who they can find.
Yeah, again, man, that heartbeat sensor going to be used in every single situation. Mini UAV in your pocket. There's no wonder, I guess, that everybody goes for that middle perk. First loadout going for the overkill. Second loadout almost always going for the ghost. Not many bounties utilized from this squad so far. They do have plenty to purchase their own self-revive kit. They might just be waiting for the pick-upables. That one being new, right? The self-revive kits that you can pick up no longer have to purchase.
So yeah, everyone's got self-revives now. I mean, Aaron has $14,000. He can get the whole box if he wanted to. I mean, UAV, airstrike, whatever. But we haven't seen too many UAVs. And, even sharing the love, that's important. So if you get down, then the other team doesn't steal all your money. They also had a very, very parking of this helicopter. They were quite careful and gentle with it. I saw another guy kind of crash his helicopter in the side of a building, and I'm like, all right, if you just want to announce to everybody that you're landing, go for it.
He's rude to the helicopter, the manufacturers. Come on. But bounty is now up, and again, I believe so. Yeah, again, we're on board now with Bama and Indy, his teammate. They are in the vehicle down bottom. Opponents up top. They're the ones that popped this bounty, so now this might just be a mad dash to whoever can make it on in here. That's Aaron, teammate, getting it done. Bama and Indy looking to join the party, but not like that. They get ejected quickly, Bama does.
Oh, and it's the pink bullets too. He couldn't get around the Jeep in time. They're over on Stadium side. So Bama and Exeg are currently, they're actually on opposite teams too. So it's up to Indy and Aaron who can clutch it out for their squad. I mean, this was a game that was only difference from a couple kills as Aaron needs to be redeployed. So does Bama. Exeg is still kicking around. He will armor back up. Indy versus Exeg to see who can clutch up, and only one of them can redeploy in time. As you can see on your scoreboard. Only 3 kills difference.
Yep, I think that was 7 for Indy and Bama. And you know what I just realized while you were saying that?
Yeah.
Indy and Bama, like Indianapolis and Alabama, they're like just saying states names.
Oh, nice.
There you go. A little theme to the squad. Mounted attempts here. Indy trying for the long balls.
I'm gonna just go get cash. I know they're here. I gotta fight them too.
So you can hear in the comms that he's deciding that he needs to fight this. You got to go eliminate someone called Yoda. Like, oh, that's a cool name. But he's gonna be dead soon, pretty quick, because you just got this boy posting up. Only like you could see, pretty sizable difference now at this point. Not too many people left in the lobby, and he thought about going after the bounty, but maybe by himself. You don't know how big of a squad is protecting this Yoda character, so he doesn't know what to do right now.
Yeah, it may not be the entire Federation behind him. Who knows? That would make more sense than the Star Wars universe. A huge money advantage here for Boy Exit, but if I'm choosing between the two of these, I'm going to go with the one with the 6 plates. Not a whole lot of damage on him and a self-revive every time.
Yeah, Exeg was able, let's go check in with him soon, and he doesn't have any armor left. He probably took some shots. He's clearly freaking out right now because he's got his heartbeat sensor. He is just leaving this building, and he's just in this open area. So he's just got to pray to the RNG gods that he can get over this hill and get away. He has money to go to a buy station, but I don't know if he'll get there safely.
Yeah, Indy now making up a little bit of that difference as he moves through this stadium area, stadium that has been opened up recently, and really makes for some interesting gameplay. Of course, everybody dropped here once it first came out, but now it is more normally populated, I'll say. Bounty is not going to be up for too much longer, so that information will be gone in about 15. Moving across here is Exit, and yeah, he's making his way towards his buy station. He's going to get probably 2 sets of plates on this one.
Ooh, and the contract, he was able to deal with that, get some extra money, and heartbeat sensor shows no one is nearby, so he can go and redeploy. And make sure you redeploy the right teammate too, because there is like other people you don't want to be reviving, so don't make that mistake.
Yeah, that is a very, very good point, Living Kiwi. I feel like that's a fat finger mistake that I would make here. Just thinking that I'm gravy. Oh, I'm in the zone. I'm gotta go and got all this money. Gonna go revive. Oh my God, I just res the guy with the different regiment tag.
Oh, everyone's back in the game, it looks like. So getting some armor back up. Self-revives available for, I think that's Potato Sack. We got at least Exeg. And then Indy's on the other team. So 1 self-revive per team. And ego's pretty low because both teams had to invest a lot to redeploy the second teammate. But at least that means this is a winnable game for either squad.
I'm amazed that Exet has been able to make his way across this and back without getting any attention whatsoever. Now, edge of circle, pretty good situation that he finds himself in. 4th circle coming up here in about 2.5. Teammate is not nearby, but that's okay. One could even say it might even be better, again, if they're confident in their abilities to getting kills individually and not necessarily as a duo.
Yeah, maybe this late in the game, you're expecting not everyone to have their all 4 members still alive in their squad. So a 1v3 or 1v2, if you're lucky, is definitely more doable than 1v4 off the start. So you're seeing a lot of these teams play as, you know, attached to the hip duos at the start. And now you can see they're starting to separate because they maybe are starting to realize they're down in kills and you need to clutch up a little bit. Or yeah, they're slowly reuniting, but at least Exeg is depending on Aaron to make the call-outs and he can follow up with it.
Mm-hmm. That's bounty is nearby. I have to wonder what the game plan is really. I am honestly very, very respectful of Exet. He's just been charging across here. What he's doing, I believe, is just kind of looking for kills and will then attempt to kite a little bit to come back to a to really advantageous position, finish up kills. I think that might have been the move they switched to, right? That Exet and Potato are looking to eventually get together, but try and take the individual kills as they come. Now they're together. and we'll be operating as a well-oiled machine as the duo coming into our fourth circle.
Not a lot of people left, so and not a lot of kills that we've seen. I mean, at this point, it's just been about living, looting as much as possible, maybe getting lucky and finding a UAV or a dead silence, like something to just give your team the edge right now. And they're playing more as a team. We're seeing Exeg and Aaron have joined each other's sides. Maybe we can go check out what Indy and Bama are up to, but so far they only have a couple $100 between themselves. A self-revive, sharing is caring. And Bama is in the middle of action, and Indy is going to be exchanging shots. The thermal's going to help just a little bit, but it's with the recoil on that weapon, it's going to be hard to finish off that kill.
Yeah, I mean, 200 in the clip. He'll be able to absolutely pepper these rocks. Person on the other side of this should, at the end of the day, be glad that this is hard cover and not soft cover like your wood walls. Emma taking a lot of damage, is able to get down. Not going to last.
Okay, if I can do math really quickly. 6 plus
11.
4 is 10, and 7 plus 7 is 14. I think green
7
beams
plus
are
4 is
ahead.
11.
No, I said
right?
6 plus 4 is 10.
Yeah, 6
But
plus
anyway.
4 is 10, and the other two had 4 and a 7, right?
I think either way,
I
green.
don't know.
Anyway, green beams are ahead right now, and that's all that matters. But it's only depends if Indy gets out of the gulag. 'Cause if not, there's a chance for Potato Sacks to come back.
Got the Finnick in hand. This is honestly, I've been waiting for somebody to pull this out, and it's kind of, I guess, ironic that it comes out in the gulag. Got damage on, but then runs on top of a Simtex. Hate to see it.
That hurt.
Death in the
I
gulag.
hate to see it.
It's over, right?
Yeah. And sometimes, yeah, I guess I heard the beep, so that's kind of hard to miss because there's that giant sound cue of the "don't step on me" noise.
Yeah,
So that
right?
means green beams are out of commission for now. So, but I still think that Exeg and Aaron or Potato Sacks have a couple kills to catch up before they can be crowned your winner of this match.
You know, and I just realized, so the interesting stuff. So you go to gulag, and if you win that, you also get a kill. So that goes towards your kill race. This might be super obvious, but I'm kind of realizing how that is interesting for our format here, right? You go to gulag and you get an advantage of a kill as well as another shot at life. So interesting stuff. I never really thought about it like that before.
We'll just get fine. Yeah, it looks like the other team have left, so we will assume that Exeg and Aaron will be moving on in our bracket. And we're kind of approaching, the top 8 situation. A lot of these teams have been waiting for their opponents, and we're getting close to the end of our tournament, slowly but surely.
Looking at this bracket again, I do believe that has been figured out.
Woo.
Tommy and Aiden going against the AZ bots here. Maybe AZ would be... AUS is Australia. AZ is Arizona. The Arizona bots, maybe. Who knows? Verdant's Vipers, again, love the alliteration. Going up against Circle, Floppers, and Xset on the other side. Floppers and Xset we both got to see a little bit on stream. And Potato Sacks and Green Beams, with Green Beams taking that one on in. Right?
Yep, they'll be moving on towards the end, so we can check out what our next team is doing. But also, while we have a couple seconds to talk, make sure you guys check out Elite Gamer, the new software that Cox just came out. So if you go to cox.com/gamer, you get the information of how this helps just stabilize your connection from your PC to the game server and just makes things way easier. Because there's nothing more frustrating than you're about to do something like this and then you lag out.
Yes, lag spikes definitely helped when you utilize our Elite Gamer squad. Shout outs to Cox as well, the classic cable company, and Florida Mutineers, the best branding in the Call of Duty League. You heard it here first. On board with Wesley here, and long range shots right on the outside of Circle, Lemon.
So this is the Verdansk Vipers versus Team Circle. We kind of changed their name at the end, and I won't tell you why, but that's fine. We got one player down, and holy cow! There's 2 players with 12 kills each on there. It kind of went away too quickly to get my calculator out, but some people are popping off.
I hear you. Yeah, big stuff. Double-digit performances in here already as we are getting closer to this 5th circle. Verdant's Vipers striking on this one very well.
So, just so we know which players are who, Verdansk Vipers is Chalice and Cool Whippin', and Team Circle are the other 2. Team Circle being Wheezy. I'm going to say Wheezy and Sir Sizz, but I mean, by the time I figure stuff out, Wheeze is just figuring out if he can revive himself. He's using that right now. He's got tons of armor if he can get himself back up. Clearly, this was somebody shooting at him at the distance, and his teammate either confirmed the kill or warded him off. He's able to get himself back up. So, Wheezy and Sir Sizz from Team Circle. See if they can live as long as they can. The top two or the other team, and one needs to be redeployed. Cool Whipping, and go check out what he's up to maybe in a second. He's got the money to redeploy his teammate, but let's see if he's even close to another buy station. If he could survive right here, it's going to be important because he has to redeploy his teammate. If he goes down, that might just give the dub to Wheezy and Sir Sizz. And this is bracket. This is one game only. One game kill race. If you are down, if you go down early, you are down in kills and are fully killed, you are out of the tournament. But thankfully, we have 3 other qualifiers. Go over to battlefy.com/elitegamer. See it on your screen. Beautiful timing. You guys can go and sign up yourselves. Anybody can sign up as long as you're a duo. And there's some probably other rules there about ages and stuff. And you can't be a Cox employee. There we go. But either way, Wheezy, off at a distance, was able to crack the armor, gets the ping as well. It's the last couple circles, only a few members left. We could get a Warzone victory, but this only matters for the kills. There's a Warzone victory, so I'm seeing Wheezy and Sir Sizz at 23 kills, and 16 plus 5 is 21, so I'm thinking Team Circle took the dub here, but I'll wait for final confirmation from our admins just to make sure that my third grade math isn't off. But that means we can also jump into another game to see how the rest of our top 8 are doing. As I'm just scrolling through the bracket myself, I'm seeing Tommy and Aiden beat AZ bots, and they're already moving on. So it must have been AZ bots just kind of dropping Superstore and dying